Hey, I'm Jonny May from Piano with Jonny, and today I'm going to teach you my Rockin' blues bass lines. These are 12 of my favorite left-hand blues bass lines for beginner and intermediate piano players. Now, every blues pianist has a bag of tricks. They've got their favorite riffs in the right hand, and they also have their favorite left-hand blues bass lines. So I'm going to teach you a few of my favorite lines, and these are really simple, easy bass lines to play. Now, we're going to start the lesson by talking about blues chords. You know, what is a blues chord? How do you form blues chords? And it's actually really simple. Then we're going to talk about the 12-bar blues form. And that is basically the order of the chords. You know, when do we play the chords? And so I walk you through step by step the order of the chords. And then we start getting into these left-hand patterns. And we're going to start with shuffle patterns. Now, the shuffle pattern is one of the most important things that you need to being able to play the blues. And so I'm going to show you 4 of my favorite shuffle patterns, and these are really easy to play. So here's one of the first ones that you'll be learning. And then we extend the position in the right hand. And then I'm going to teach you how to swing it. And then I'm going to teach you 4 of my favorite left-hand walking bass lines. And walking bass lines are cool because it sounds like an upright bass player. So here's a couple of the left-hand walking bass lines that you'll be learning. So very simple left-hand pattern. Here's one that's also a lot of fun to play. So you can see how it kind of sounds like an upright bass. I'm going to teach you a bass line that uses a country left hand and has a really cool sound. I call it the country-esque blues bass line. I'm going to teach you how to play 4 on the floor, which is basically when you accent every beat. It sounds pretty cool. Check it out. Isn't that cool? Also, boogie octaves. This is a really fun pattern that I use in a boogie woogie, but when you slow it down, it works great on the blues. Here's how that sounds. And also a stride blues pattern. It's not a hard pattern to play. It's a small jump, but it has a really cool sound. This course also comes with 6 backing tracks. These are recordings of real musicians playing the 12-bar blues, and boy, do they sound great, and they're so much fun to play with. And so the first track is going to be a real slow tempo blues, and then they get progressively faster to medium tempo, and then to an up-tempo blues. So you have lots of options to practice over. So here's an example of one of the tracks that comes with the course. 4. You can also improvise on the track. Stop right there. So these tracks are really fun to play with. Now, this course is designed for beginner and intermediate piano players. So if you're a complete beginner, you've never played the piano before, you're going to be just fine in this lesson. I show you all the notes, I show you the fingering of the notes, we go really slowly, we really take our time, and I explain each concept. Also, if you're on the beginner side of being an intermediate player, this course will also be great for you. If you're on the later side of being an intermediate player, I encourage you to check out the intermediate advanced version of this course, and you'll learn a lot of fun stuff in that lesson as well. Now in this mini course, I'm going to teach you a portion of the lesson, and you can find the full-length lesson on pianowithjohnny.com. So let's go ahead and hop in. So the first pattern we're going to talk about is a walking bass pattern. Basically, a walking bass usually is single notes, okay? And basically, a walking bass is emulating an upright bass player where it's going doom, 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 right? And you can do that on the piano, you know. Right? So you can do these walking bass lines, okay? So I'm going to show you some very simple bass lines that you can start to use in your blues playing. We're going to start off with the most simple one, and then similar to the shuffle patterns, the other bass lines are going to be largely similar to this bass line, right? So once you learn the first one, you're going to have a pretty easy time learning the other ones as well, okay? So here we go. I'm going to play walking bass line number 1, and here it is. Or G7, our C7, and then the G7, and we'll stop there. Okay. As you can see, it's quite simple. The right hand, basically, we're just playing the chords. These are the very first chords that I taught you. You know, C7, F7, and then G7, okay? So I mentioned earlier you want to memorize these chord positions because we're jumping to these chords, so you really got to know, hey, there's my F7, there's my G7, okay? So that's the right hand. The left hand is a pretty basic pattern, okay? Once you learn it on C, you're going to go, wow, this is easy. Okay, basically the pattern goes like this. That's it. Isn't that incredibly easy? Basically, we're taking like a C chord, C major, and we're just outlining the chord, okay? C, E, G, E. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going to develop this. We're going to add some swung notes. We're going to do some cool stuff, you know. Boom, ba, dum, 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 dum. You know, we'll do stuff like that in a bit, but I just want you to get this basic pattern, C, E, G, E, right? That's the basic pattern. Now for the F chord, it's the same thing. F, A, C, A. You got that? F, A, C, A. And these are quarter notes, so they're all on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not swinging it yet. We're not doing the eighth notes yet. For the G chord, G, B, D, B. You see that? Same deal, right? We're just outlining the chord, okay? So each measure goes by pretty quickly. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And so we can do the whole form using this pattern, right? You know, C is 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? And then the F. Now here's a little trick I want to show you. When you're going to the F chord, right, you have an E right before it, right? Well, you kind of have to jump pinky there, right? Well, there's a little trick I like to use. The fourth time you play C, right? You're gonna do it 3 times, bum 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 bum, and then the fourth time, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get that pinky on E. Then now you can go 4 finger on F, A, C. You see that? So it's a nice easy transition to the F chord. Okay. So there's our transition. We go F for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we have to go back to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use the pinky here because now we're going to go to G. Okay. Here we go. Here we're going G. G, B, D, B. Now to F. F, A, C, A. And now down to C. C, E, G, E. And then we'll go to our G chord on the last measure. G, B, D, B. You see how that works? And that's basically the left hand. Okay, let's do it with the right hand. Okay, we're just holding the chords on each measure. Here we go, and play along with me. Here it is. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 2. Measure 3 and 4. 2. Here's our F7. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and 1, a 2, a 3. Down to C. A 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3 to F. A 1, 2, and C7, 2, and then a G7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Okay, here's walking bass number 2, and basically what we're doing now is we're going to swing walking bass number 1. Okay, check it out. So G7 to F, 2, 3, 4, 2, and back to G, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're really starting to groove now. It's starting to sound pretty cool. So all we're doing is adding eighth notes. We're taking that bass line, C, E, G, E, and we're doubling it up. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Okay? Really important to get that swing feel. And we're just applying that to every chord, right? Same with F. F, A, C, A, F, A, C. You see how that works? So we're really bouncing off these notes. Also in the G chord, G, B, D, B. You see that? Okay? And let's go ahead and do the full 12-bar blues form with this swung eighth feel. And we'll go ahead and add the right hand to it. I think you should be able to hold these whole notes with the left hand. Okay? Here we go. We'll go pretty slow tempo. Here it is. Ready, play. A 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 2, 2, 4, 3, 4, and F7. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. To C7. 1, 2, 3. 8. 2, 3. These are G7. 9. 2, 3. F7. 10. 2, 3. C7. 11. 2, 3. And our G7. 12. 2, 3, 4. Okay? And that's the 12-bar blues form, okay? So you really want to work on increasing the speed on this one. You can do this actually medium to fast tempo, and it sounds pretty cool. You'll also notice that you can start to play some fun patterns in the right hand. You can hold the whole notes with the left hand, or you can do like da, 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 da. That's a pretty cool pattern. Da, da. And I'll do it slowly. 1 and 2 and that's together 3 and 4. Same with the F chord. 1 and 2 and that's together. Okay? So try different patterns. Here's another one. 1 and that one is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? Have fun with it. Try different rhythms. Okay, here's walking bass line number 3. Check it out. Okay, so we're starting to have some fun here. And this bass line's cool because we're actually extending the range. Similar like we did before, remember on the shuffle we extended the range up to the B flat? Well, we're doing the same thing now with the walking bass line, okay? So now we're gonna basically do the first part of the bass line like you just learned, okay? Which is C, E, G, okay? Now the fingering's a little different here. I want you to use pinky, middle, index. And the reason why is because you want to free up your thumb for the A and then your 2 for the B flat, okay? And that's how you extend your range, okay? So let's just walk that up together. C, E, G, A, B flat, you see that? And then we're gonna go A on the thumb, G, E, okay? That is your basic pattern for the C chord, okay? So just kind of practice that by itself. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just get really comfortable with this bass line, okay? I might do it like, you know, I don't know, 20 times in a row. Just get really comfortable with it. Just walking, you know, you almost want to test yourself. Try not looking at your left hand. Try looking straight forward or looking to the side, but you really want it to be automatic. And when you cross over, bam, you want to be able to find that note, okay? So we're going to do that left hand twice for C. It's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another 2 measures. Okay, now we're going to go to our F7. And it's basically the same pattern, okay? So we're starting pinky on F, third finger on A, C, D, E flat. You see that? And then back down D, C, A. And just go ahead and practice that by itself. Get nice and comfortable. Walk in that F bass line. And just do that a few times, you know, kind of loop it over and over again. Get real comfortable. Okay, now when we get toward the end, the G7 is only 1 measure, okay? And this bass line I just taught you is a 2 measure long bass line, okay? So we just have to shorten it for the last 4 measures. So basically for the G, we're gonna go back to the old pattern, which is G, B, D, B. You see that? And then F, A, C, A for the F chord. And then C is 1 measure, C, E, G, E. And then for that G7, which turns us back around, G, B, D, B. Okay? So let's go ahead and put the whole left hand together. We'll go nice and slowly. And once again, we're doing this extended position for the first 8 measures, okay? Here we go. And we'll add the right hand chords as well, okay? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's measure 3, 4. Okay, now we're gonna switch to F. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Back down to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now our G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. F7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our C7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now one thing I didn't mention is fingering. When you go from the first C7, right? You do this twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I go to the F7 here, I do jump to my pinky because I really need to open up my whole hand position, okay? So on some of these, you do need to jump. On other ones, like toward the end, you know, you can use like C, E, G, E, and then, you know, see the pinky on E, and then you can go G, B, D, okay? Okay, let's give it some swing, and we're gonna call this walking bass number 4. Check it out. G7, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. So this is starting to sound really fun. Basically, we're playing the same left-hand bass line, except we're adding some swing notes to it, okay? And this is very common for a bass. You know, a bass player might go like, you know, bum, 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 right? And that sounds okay, right? Those are quarter notes. But if the bass player goes bum, 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 ba, bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, you hear that little ba, bum. Those are eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You see that? And 4. And that's basically what we're doing, is we're putting these swung eighth notes in to really give it some swing, and now it's starting to sound like a real bass, okay? Hey, thanks for watching this mini lesson, and if you want to find the full-length lesson, you can find it on pianowithjonny.com. I also highly recommend the sister course to this course, which is called the Bible of Blues Riffs, where I teach 120 of my favorite riffs for blues piano. So be sure to check that out on this channel, and there's also a mini lesson for that. We also have lots of other lessons for beginner, intermediate, and advanced piano players, as well as lots of sheet music of your favorite songs, so be sure to check that out on the website. Well, that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.